Let's talk about stress reduction and also something you've probably heard called reading the room. So on the board here, I've got two types of vision you use with your eyes. The first is foveal, the second is peripheral. So foveal is part of the sympathetic nervous system. And this has to do with stress and fight or flight. It's very focused and detailed. So if you go back to the caveman days, when we're running from the animals or we're being attacked in the field, fighting over food or territory, we engage foveal. You're locked in on a target and you can pick up details. Almost think about focusing on, if you look at this whole board, you're focusing on the little dot here on the eye. That's foveal. Foveal is good if you're in danger, but if you do it too much, you start to stress out and you lose sight of the big picture. Now I want to talk about peripheral and how you can use this to make your life better. Peripheral is when you pull your vision back. You're not focused on anything really, but you could see everything. So there's a great book called The Book of Five Rings. If you haven't read it, you should read it 3 times. And in the book, the author was one of the greatest samurai warriors of all time. He never lost. And part of his strategy was, I see everything and nothing at the same time. So that sounds like a paradox, but here's how you do peripheral. If you relax your eyes to almost where you're half asleep, like almost dopey like this, you don't have to do it in public, but just to give you the idea, you could see kind of everything in your vision, but you're not focused on anything. And the beauty of that is, this is part of the parasympathetic nervous system. What does that mean? This is relaxation. This is deeper breaths. This is seeing the big picture. Heart rate slows down, your adrenaline drops, stress hormone cortisol drops. So if you're ever stressed out and you need to relax, some people want to drink, some people want to just go into a room and be left alone. But if you need a quick fix, the fastest way you can start relaxing is pull your vision from foveal, which is on one little point, locked in, to peripheral. It's lazy, it's relaxed. You could see everything but nothing at the same time. And so, as I said, this is relaxation and also not focused. Detailed, this is more broad. So here's how these two contrast. I'll just draw this line here. We'll do this and this and this. So besides relaxation, which is one powerful use of peripheral, the second is, you've heard this expression, reading the room. If I walk into a room and I'm focused on one person, or maybe you see somebody's watch or something and you're checking it out, you're looking at the dot, that's great. You could pick up the details, but what do you miss? You miss everything going on around you. One of the most socially incredible people I've ever met at one of my old jobs knew what was going on without being focused on it. Like, we'd go into a room and he'd say, hey, did you see that statue over there? And I say, well, we didn't even go over there. We didn't even look. And he says, I could see it out of the corner of my eye. I kind of glanced at it when I came in, but I'm not he wasn't focused on everything or anything. He's focused on the whole room. And so this is powerful with reading the room. You can pick up people's attitudes and changes in the environment if you pull your vision back from foveal to peripheral. You could see, it's almost like you could see 180 degrees. You're not focused on it, but if I pull, I'm looking peripheral right now. I see the edge of this chalkboard directly in front of me and my library books and the camera, and you guys are over here. I'm not focused on it, but I get to see it. If that camera were to tilt even say 5 degrees, I could see it. I'm not focused on it, but I could see it. And so this is the power of peripheral vision. When you go into a party or a networking event or even a room, you go to your job, and usually you can kind of spot things that are out of place. If you're in foveal, you know, the average person who's in foveal, who's stressed out, they walk into work, they go right to their chair, they sit down, oh, I've got to do my job, and they're not focused on anything. Pull your vision back to peripheral, you can see how people's moods are. You can feel, not only read the room, you could feel the room. And so the exercise today to close this video out is, when you're stressed or you want to be more socially adept at picking up what's going on in the room, pull your vision back. And you'll know it's working when you can kind of see 180 degrees. You can see everything, but nothing at the same time. So I want to thank you for watching.